You know what? I like you, Stefan. I do.
I'll tell you how it
Wait,
is,
look.
man. You look good. The whomever, I don't want to say it on the episode.
You don't like
I like white.
you like the white better?
I like the white.
Let's take a survey. Do you prefer black T-shirt or white T-shirt?
Yeah,
Please vote below. Just let me B for black and W for white.
Yes.
And just let me know. We'll take account.
that's right. We do it on Instagram.
We'll do it. Okay,
This is going to go on Instagram.
We'll take 2 pictures, me in white and black, and we'll
Done.
put up there. And this, which one? Okay, we'll do
Perfect.
that.
And we're doing it in a story, and then they vote, and then whichever they vote, they decide we go.
Done.
Good.
Done.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Roy Cocholo, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Integrity Project. I'm Roy Coachillo. I'm your host, and I have my co-host Stefano behind the camera. You can't see him, but you can hear him.
I'm here.
Yes. And
So-
sorry. And today we're going to talk about I decide.
No, I decide.
I decide.
I like this. All right, so if I decide, you decide, we decide, tell me a little bit about that.
I decide. Most people believe that they are making conscious choices, but look closer. Many decisions are reactions. Reactions to fear, reactions to pressure, reactions to the expectations of the outside world. Every decision you make comes from one of 3 places: fear, ego, or truth. Fear asks, how do I stay safe? Ego says, how do I look? Truth asks, what is aligned? The outside world is loud. The reward, status, speed, and certainty. The ego loves this game. It promises protection if you don't step out of line, but the soul does not shout, it whispers. And most people miss it because they're addicted to the noise. Truth feels calm. Ego feels urgent. Fear feels heavy. Clarity doesn't arrive when you gather more information. It arrives when you become still enough to listen. Ask yourself, where am I making choices to be liked instead of free? Where am I choosing comfort over integrity? Power is not controlling outcomes. Power is choosing alignment, even when it costs you approval. When you decide from truth, your life begins to organize around you, not instantly, but honestly. And honesty always leads you home.
So, do you feel, you personally, do you feel that people do things out of instant emotional frustration or pressure?
I think people mostly react out of fear. Fear of losing, fear of not being seen, fear of consequence, fear of being caught. Most of our choices in life are based on fear. I do not want to get in trouble. I do not want my mom to yell at me. I do not want my wife to be mad at me.
But we all know good from bad.
We
Like
do.
we know, we're very fully aware that we're not doing something great.
You know what, though?
Here we go.
Here it is. I think of all my bad decisions of my life. They came from one place,
Where's that?
my ego.
Ah,
Because my ego wants us to have fun. My ego tries to negotiate with you. You know, my ego tries to want to make me look good. And I never really stop. And after you listen to your ego, and this is the biggest thing for me was when you listen to your ego and you do something you know is not right, after the fun and the pleasure of it dissipates,
mm-hmm.
all you're left with is an empty space of guilt and shame.
Yes. Which brings me to truth. Do you think there's a struggle between ego and truth? Where the truth is, you know very well that this is going to end bad. And the ego says, let's just try it out and see what happens.
I think the ego wants everything to be sparkly and shiny and fun and
new.
glamorous and new and exciting. Not everything new is exciting is good for you, right? You're in a perfectly good relationship. You want to look at somebody, hotter, younger girlfriend because, that's what your ego tells you should have. Or, you drive a perfectly good car, but you need to go get the G-Wagon just because your friends are all driving one. Or you have to get the bigger house or, the fancier trips or the more expensive watches and all these things that really only give you instant or a limited amount of gratification because it strokes your ego. The thing with your ego is like somebody with a with a bad habit, the more you feed it, the more it wants. Now, your truth is, you know what? I want to live a very simple, peaceful life. I want to live fulfilled and centered, right? But in order for me to do that, I need to have all these things. Well, the truth is you don't need those things to live that kind of life. And there's nothing wrong with indulging yourself, treating yourself as doing something, giving yourself a good treat because, you worked hard. Hey, you know what? I hit my targets this month. I want to buy myself a new watch or a new suit or a pair of shoes but you can't constantly keep feeding that thing just to make yourself look good. You know my perfect example of that?
Sure.
Realtors. Sorry, guys.
What about realtors?
There's a real good realtors, and I know a lot of very successful realtors.
Sure.
They're pretty modest.
Okay.
Okay.
They live modestly.
They're very modest people. They drive a decent car that's nice enough.
Okay.
Right? They don't wear Hugo Boss, but they wear like nice suits that maybe from
That's tailored. Like,
tailored.
I get it.
Yeah, it
no
might be
problem.
from Tom's Place, but
Sure.
whatever, They wear a modest watch. They're out there. They work hard. They're hustlers. And you have those other people that are just Instagrammers, right? They drive cyber trucks and high-end Mercedes Benz and wear really expensive watches and suits, and they don't sell anything. They're
That's right.
broke because they want to look good before they actually are good. And a lot of people do that. A lot of people say, fake it till you make it.
Mm-hmm.
There's faking it with your attitude, showing that you have more than you, but not necessarily flexing with stuff that doesn't really matter. And some of the most wealthy people I know, you would never even know they had money. You know why? Because they don't give two fucks. They don't care about what you think about them. They know who they are. And what I mean by what I decide from a place where I feel good, where I want to be. Like people's like, oh, let's go out and let's go party at this place. And you're like, deep down, you're like, it's just not for me. I don't really want to go. But somehow you let them decide for you and you just tag along.
And you have a miserable night.
Right? So when you make a decision of anything you do in your life, whether it's a business, don't let your friends talk you out of your dreams. The easiest way to kill your dreams is let somebody else decide it for you. You want to hustle out there? You hustle because you decide to hustle, not because someone tells you you have to. Like, I can't tell you how many people that I've talked to and they're like, oh yeah, but my wife doesn't think it's a good idea. Or, oh, I talked to my dad and he thought it's a terrible idea. Or, I talked to these people and they say it's a terrible idea. Well, you have to decide for yourself what you want to do. If you have a great business idea, don't tell anybody. Put it into play. Get it rolling. Build it up. The only time they're going to tell you it's a good idea is when you pass
doing really well. Yeah.
When you're doing really well, you're like, oh my God, yeah.
I knew it was going to work.
Yeah, dude, I told you it was going to work, brother. I knew it was a great idea.
Yeah.
So you have to let your decisions have to be made from here.
Yeah, for sure.
From your heart and your soul. You deserve better. You know in your soul you deserve better.
Now you said a magic word right there, the soul. The soul speaks quietly. It doesn't rush. It simply knows. How does the soul know this?
If you believe in the universe, we're all interconnected. There's a power between us. Our souls are here before we are physically here. And our souls are going to be here after we leave. And really, if you think about it, where do our thoughts really come from? Our thoughts come from the ether somewhere, connected to our souls. But the ego is, if you sit down, when I tell you to be still, the reason why I tell you to be still is your soul does not speak to you like your ego speaks to you. Your ego is like this. Yeah, man, let's go do it. Yeah, look how hot that chick is. Oh, hey, man, look how fast that car is. Look how cool that watch is. That's your ego. Your soul sits in the background and tells you. It just nudges you. It's like a little feeling that you get. It doesn't say it in words. It just knows. And I never forget one of the things my mentor, David Miller, said. If you have a knowing, a soul knowing, it's all that you need.
That's deep.
Right? If you know you're meant to be with that person, that's all you need to know. If your soul knowing tells you you're not supposed to be here, you know it's time for you to go. So many of us ignore it. Like you stay at a job and you decide to stay there because it's comfortable. Because you're afraid of losing the security of it. And then all of a sudden you're not willing to quit, but your boss comes to you a few weeks later and says, you know what, Stefano? You're fired. We're going to let you go. You're downsized and can't let you go. And like, you're all of a sudden, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened to me, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? Because you didn't make the decision, the universe makes it for you. And the next thing you know it, you're on a different path. You got a better job, got a better business, you got better people you're working with, you got better relationships, all that stuff. Because if you listen to your soul, it's the all-knowing. We're just too busy listening to our egos because we're always addicted to the noise.
I can't let you go with that yet. We have a few more minutes, but that was a good ending to it. I do have to say one thing, especially when it ties into integrity. Power is choosing integrity even when it costs comfort. Now, I get it, but I need you to explain it.
You know, it's like doing the honorable thing rather than doing the right thing. Right? So I can go back to, and we can talk about relationships or even business, but we'll talk about relationships. You know, you're with a person for the past 5-6 years of your life. The right thing to do is to continue that relationship because that's the right thing to do. That's the natural progression of order. But because you have a soul knowing that it's not right, you don't love this person like the way you're meant to love them, right? The honorable thing to do is to let her go or him go, depending, right? Him or her. And you do that because you have complete integrity for who you are and who that person actually is. It's going to be very uncomfortable because why? You're afraid the way that other people are going to look at you. Her parents, what an asshole that guy is. I can't believe after 8 years with my daughter, you're going to throw her on the street like that. What's wrong with you? Fuck you, blah, blah, blah. But that's the honorable thing to do. That is what it means to live in your truth. And even though it's uncomfortable, the integrity, to have solid integrity, to know that that is the real reason, the real thing you should be doing. And just doing it, man, I know it caused a lot of discomfort, but when you get outside of that, all of a sudden, that whole heavy feeling that you had every day going home or going to see her is lifted. You give her space to find the love of her life. You give you space to find the love of your own life. Because in truth, when your integrity is fully online, everything just happens the way it's meant to happen. And it'll be beautiful.
I love it. You're a beautiful guy, man.
Thank you.
Mr. Roy Cocholo, right at that camera, you tell them exactly where they can find you.
Again, this is The Integrity Project. You can find us on YouTube at The Integrity Project. You can find us on Spotify at The Integrity Project. And of course, on Instagram at RC Truth Academy. Guys, thanks for watching. Until next time.